Chit Chat with Manoj is up next. This is a popular segment on the Capital Forum and is hosted by Mr. Manoj Singh. Mr. Singh is the founder and CEO of Caesar Productions. Today, Mr. Singh's guest is a pretty lady by the name of Miss Savita Malhotra. Miss Malhotra is a store owner and operator. Let's meet her on the sets of Chit Chat with Manoj.
Welcome to Chit Chat with Manoj. I am Manoj Singh. Hello, Adab, Namaste. Today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic, liquor. And joining me for this discussion today is Savita Malhotra. Savita, welcome.
Thank you.
She owns a few stores in Washington, D.C. and we like to talk about, all these wines, beers, liquor. I want to have more information about it. So let's go ahead. Tell us about yourself first.
I'm an entrepreneur, done several businesses. Liquor is our most sustained business that we've been continuing to do since the last 28 years. Moved here in 1979, got into the liquor business in the mid 80s with my husband, had numerous stores, and we've just come a long way into this industry.
Yeah, so in retail business, there are several choices, I guess. Why liquor business?
Well, like I said, we tried several businesses when we came into this country, anywhere from sit-down restaurants, carry-outs, we did dry clean plants, we did gas stations. All in all, we felt that liquor is an industry that was predominantly owned by Jews and Koreans. And we went to a few meetings and we thought that it's very interesting how it's conducted, how it's challenging. It's an industry that's very wanted, very much in demand from eternal times. And that's the reason we said, well, let's give it a go.
So that's interesting. And so what's changed over the years, since the 80s?
A lot. I think the entire industry has changed. It's a cultural thing. It's evolved. It's evolved to a degree where it's just not the same. Just going back and saying liquor store. Well, right now, the new areas, the affluent areas, the good areas where you build liquor stores or you have a liquor store, we don't use the word liquor anymore. We use fine wine, spirits. We've started carrying charcuterie, cheeses, just to give it a little better culture.
Yeah, like I was talking about it, in our neighborhood, there is a store it's known as Beers and Cheers, and they don't have just liquor. They have like a sort of a happy hour atmosphere. They serve few snacks, there's music going on, and then people are watching like sports on TV, and it's a hangout place. And they carry all kinds of beers, wines, and liquors.
And just to add to what I just said, we have similar culture. We have TV screens, we turn the sports channel on. It's a different clientele. That's what's really evolved in the liquor industry. It's just a different clientele.
So follow up with the same question. I know in the 80s, owning any retail shop in DC and for sure liquor business or 7-Eleven was quite risky, meaning dangerous also, crime and all that. How is it now?
Well, crime is a relative term. You have to be at the right place at the right time by the grace of God. What has changed is the way liquor was portrayed. We don't sell, half pints and cheap liquor in good areas when we are. In those days, people used to have lotteries in the stores. It attracted a lot of negative paraphernalia, which we don't do anymore. And that just helps. People want a liquor store, a wine store to accentuate a community, to bring culture, to bring nice people who have the facility to visit. And like I said, we do tastings. We have a happy hour every Friday and Saturday at our stores. So it's a thing. It's a place to hang out now.
Yeah, that's great. Because I remember when I came in the 80s, Americans didn't know about wines. It was only beer at the sports, like football game and all that, and hard liquor. Of course, some people did enjoy hard liquor, but wine, last 10-15 years, wine has become like a popular drink and a lot of mixed drinks as well.
Yes. So wine has really taken off. Thanks to our medical industry, thanks to our doctors who have promoted red wine as a health thing, and people, even communities that didn't enjoy wine, who were just into hard liquor, like you said, they are enjoying a lot more wine. And so many small wineries have come up, so many small producers are now coming to stores to talk to you, to taste their wines. And so yes, wine has really taken off.
Yeah. So tell us about some of the unique liquor or most expensive, which maybe the audience or I have never heard of. I mean, I'm amazed when I go to Napa Valley and someone tells me this is a $2,000 wine.
Yes.
I don't know how even I swallow it.
True, yes. And what we look at as very high-end wines, again, California has everything you can dream of, and our California wines do very well, But the Bordeaux of France typically are, they call them Bordeaux futures. Good stores carry very nice white and red Bordeaux, but at the same time, good stores also buy Bordeaux futures. What that means is it's an investment into a Bordeaux wine that may come out 5 years later, but it's like the stock market where you bet on it, and that wine can go from anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000.
Another trend I have seen, and this is, I'm talking about India because I go often and my friends tell me to bring this or that liquor. They are also a lot into wines. In fact, they have started drinking wine. There are a few wines from India, Sola and Grover wineries and all that. I've started seeing them in some restaurants over here, and a lot more people ask me to bring single malt. They feel like the whiskeys which we used to see in the movies, VAT 69 and Black Label and all that, they consider it on the lower end. They don't want it anymore. So that's a new trend.
It is a new trend because in this country especially, I would even go beyond single malts. Bourbons have exploded. Single malts have exploded, but bourbons. And you talked about Indian market in the USA. Well, you know, they don't have a big footprint right now, but I think it's taking a hold. You know, we already have some beers, your Kingfisher, some rums. I know one
Taj
name,
Mahal.
Taj Mahal, or the Old Monk rum that does. We sell it at our store. We sell the Kingfisher beer.
You
But
sell Old Monk?
We do.
I love that rum.
We do, and it sells. And so, yes, and it's taking a foothold, but it's going to take a long time because you have to understand that industries, countries that have a stronger foothold for years and years, and people are used to that, it takes time for a new entity to come and pierce the industry. So it's going to take a little time.
So tell us some of the challenges in liquor business, and let's not call it liquor. You know,
in
spirit
the wine industry,
and
in the
wine
spirit industry. So, you know, when you use the word challenge, I take it in a good way. A challenge is something that keeps you on your toes. What's a challenge in a retail store? A challenge is, what do you bring to the table? What do you have for the community that they're looking for? I mean, they can go to any store they like, but would they rather come to you? I look for challenge where I am always looking for new product, whether it be bourbon, single malt, rum, your craft beers, which have exploded. We have thousands and thousands of craft beers. To me, that's a good challenge because then I know what people are looking for and what I can get for them. So it's a wonderful toe tippy for me. So.
Yeah, and not only that, lately I've seen in liquor store the packaging.
Oh yeah.
The wine comes in a beer can,
Yes.
you know, and all kinds of different shapes which were meant for juices, like
Yes.
that pouch.
Let me explain, and there's a reason for that. So you see all these new high-rise buildings have rooftops. They have pools over there. In the pools, you're not allowed to take glass bottles.
Oh,
So the
okay.
industry has evolved and emerged, and they're now making almost everything in either plastic or cans. This way, they can take it to the pools.
That's interesting.
It's a better sales pitch.
Yeah. So, well, you've been doing this for a few years. What were any experience you want to share with a customer who walked in, or or he was either a celebrity VIP, or you had a tough experience, because this is customer service, so of course you must be coming across diverse kind of people.
We do, and we've come through where Chief Ramsey, the previous police chief, used to come to our store. Janet Reno used to come to our stores. We have a lot of football players, they visit our stores. Now one of our stores is near the Nats Park, so we get quite a few players, baseball players, come and visit us. We do deliveries for them. Yeah, we do come across lobbyists and congressmen are in our stores all the time because we are very near the Capitol Hill area. We're in proximity to Capitol Hill. So yes, we do come across, and and we do come across some unfortunate customers where they're irate. They just get up on the wrong side of the bed. You just can't do anything to please them. So yes, these things happen.
Yeah,
these things
I
happen,
think,
but it's all
it
in
can happen in any business,
any retail,
anywhere.
and it's well taken, and you're not supposed to lose your cool, and you just handle it the best you can.
Yes, I agree.
So
any quick cocktail recipe which you want us to walk away with, which we didn't know?
Actually, Moscow Mule. That's really a lot of people's favorite recipe. So what it is we have these Moscow Mule mugs. They're made of copper. And they're available. India makes very good Moscow Mule mugs. Actually, we import it sometimes from there. So there's a recipe called the Moscow Mule recipe. It entails 2 ounces of vodka, fresh lime, agave syrup or some kind of simple syrup, lots of ice in a tall cup, and ginger beer.
Oh, wow.
And so you mix 2 ounces in a mixer with ginger beer, with fresh squeezed 3/4 of lime, mix it all up nicely with some agave sweetness, and pour it over your tall glass filled with ice, and enjoy. It's very refreshing, and it's really good.
Very nice.
Really
I'm going
good.
to try it, and if I come to your home, it's Moscow Mule.
It's
and
Moscow
today
Mule.
night also, in fact, we are going out, so I'm going to try that.
You should try that.
Very
It's
nice.
really refreshing in any season.
I'm honest, I didn't hear about that drink before.
Really?
But
Oh,
of
so
course,
it's new.
I am not that much into it, and so good recipe.
Very good.
So we touched a little bit about Indian wines and all that, and first thing which comes to your mind always was France or Italy or somewhere, and then Napa Valley in California. But I see a lot of local wineries in Virginia.
Yes.
and all. How are they faring?
So there are lots of local wineries in Virginia, and they're promoting a lot, and it's bringing a lot of revenue to Virginia. And we've started carrying Virginia wines and Washington State wines, which have come a long way in the last, I would say in about 5 years, they've come a long way. So yes, people are asking for Virginia wines now.
That's very
They
nice.
are.
Any pairing you would like to suggest, especially for wines? You need to know that red goes with this
Yes.
and white goes with that.
So-
or cheese.
Yeah, so basically, there's a general rule, and to each his own preference. We usually go with pairings. If you're having a Pinot Noir, you could have chicken or turkey. Any red wines go with red meat. They go better. They cut into the fat of the meat. You could do steak and a cab. It'll go wonderful. You could do Pinot Grigios, Sauvignon Blancs with your seafood. You could do your Chenin Blancs from France, again with light scallops or something. So yes, there's a lot of pairing, and we recommend Gouda cheeses. We do soft cheeses. There are cheeses now with multiple fruits in it, like cranberries. So based on what you like and what particular alcohol or wine you're having, there's lots of options. There's
I
lots
love
of
all
options.
of that, you believe me, but tell me a cheese without calories.
Oh my God, that's yet to
I
be.
wish I could have that every day.
The only problem is it's not going to taste good.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing about pairing. You need to know. Only thing I knew about, I'll be very honest, that with Indian food, they normally recommend sweet wines like Riesling and White Zinfandel, but they are the lower ends, I guess. I don't know much about them.
No, actually, with spicy wines, I would go with Malbecs from Argentina, especially because Indian food is spicy. You always have to contradict the food or the drink with what you're having, so it can't be the same. So Malbecs, again, I really promote them. We really sell a lot of Malbec from Argentina. They are the best wine, and heart-wise too, they're very good to drink.
I have a new friend now, Savita, and she's coming to all my parties, and I'm consulting with her now. So thank you very much, Savita. Any last-minute word you would like to give the audience? Any tip or anything you would like to say?
I think liquor industry is a great industry. Not only does it bring culture, but it also brings a lot of community development in a region where people come to like you, they appreciate you, they expect certain things, keeps you on your toes to have all that in the store, and it just makes a community relationship. And I think it's great.
I totally agree, and thank you very much for coming on the show. I'll end this show with a quote. Running a retail store is a hard job. It is a business, and to do it well, like Savita said, you need passion. James Cunningham, one of the critiques. Like I always say in the end of the show, life is short, have fun, and have no regrets, and have good wines.